Nearly every company on the journey of continuous improvement has taken its first steps into the process by way of 5S, otherwise known as workplace organization. The practice derives its name from 5 Japanese words, each representing one of the 5 steps. Roughly translated to English, these steps are sort out or remove unneeded items, set locations or give specific homes and addresses to those things we need, straighten, sweep, shine, or scrub, in other words, clean daily to prevent clutter, standardize, establish company-wide standards for 5S, and sustain, protect the gains made with the first 4 S's. The stability and visual standardization provided by 5S is an essential foundation to every other lean practice. 5S is also very visually attractive to management.
Hi, my name is Mike Baker from LeanManufacturingSecrets.com, and in this video I want to answer the question, what does 5S mean? This is just going to be a simple explanation into 5S and the definitions that go along with it. KISS. Keep it super simple, and this is very, very truthful. This is not tricky. There are no secrets to this 5S system, and you don't need a degree or a certificate to do this. You don't need any sort of black belts or anything else like this. This is basically just cleaning, organizing, and then making sure that it gets done on a steady basis. Alright, so we're going to cover some basic philosophies and some basic ideas on how you can do this. Alright, so let's just get this done. Why 5S? Why is it called 5S? It's called 5S because all 5 areas of this philosophy start with the letter S. And they start with the letter S in the English translation and in the original Japanese words as well. So there's 5 sections. All the words start with an S, so they call it 5S. That's the truth. So what are the 5 S's? Alright, there's 5 different sections, 5 different categories that fall into this overall philosophy. We have sort, set, shine, standardize, and sustain. So now let's look at what each one of these actually mean. So what is sort? Sort is going to be the favorite part of this for the employee or the operator, or maybe even the engineer or the manager, depending on what you're doing. Sort is where you're basically going to sort out all the stuff that you don't need and throw it away. So you get a chance to just dump some stuff that you do not like, some stuff that's broken, that management's making you use, that maintenance won't fix, that the engineers won't help replace or improve, a bunch of things like that. Things that if you don't need them, they're going in the trash can. We're not keeping stuff for a rainy day anymore, or the what if scenario, or just in case. No, we're going to throw stuff away. Now there's going to be a small section of this stuff that you're not really sure if you're going to need again. And this could be down to tools. This could end up being trash cans, shelves, desks, tables, cabinets. It could be big pieces of equipment. And you're just not sure. You know, you don't currently need it. You don't use it in your work cell, but you're not sure because you might need it again. This is what's going to go in the area we call the red tag area. This is going to be a taped off area somewhere in the plant, visible, and each item that goes in there is going to have a red tag attached to it with some sort of equipment ID and the date that it went in there. And it's going to be up to somebody's job or somebody's responsibility to ensure that after a set amount of time, if you haven't used that item and it's still sitting there, then it then goes into the trash. You can come up with whatever time frame you want. Some places don't have a lot of room in their facilities, so they may just choose to skip that step and just throw everything in the trash. Other facilities may keep it in there for 3 months, 6 months, whatever the case is. The point being, though, you need to track it going in there. If you don't use it during that time frame, then you need to get rid of it. This is also going to be a time that you can get new tools. You can get new tools to replace the old broken ones that you've been having to use, or you get new tools which are in addition to the current tools that you already use. And the whole goal here is to make sure that you have the proper tools to do the proper job. Alright, so this is what the sort is about. Get rid of the unneeded stuff, and now you know exactly what's needed at your workstation. Next section is set. And what set basically is that once you got rid of all the unneeded stuff and you only have the needed stuff there, now you have to have a place to set it. You have to have a place for it. Alright? Everything has a place. And this part of this philosophy is where you get to put some tape on the floor, you put tape on tables, you outline things, you use pegboards to hold up screwdrivers and scissors and tape guns and etc., etc. The whole point is going to be that everything that you use has a place in your work cell, and that place is labeled so everybody who comes through there knows exactly where it goes. That's what this is for. It's easy to then, if you're walking by as an employee, as a supervisor, as a lead, as a manager, as an engineer, to look at that display, and you will notice if something's missing or if it's out of place, and then you can go investigate. So that is what this step is about. Getting all that stuff that you actually need there and finding a home for it that's visible and clearly labeled. The next step is going to be shine. Shine is just like it says. You're going to shine things. You're going to clean things. You're going to wipe them down. You're going to clean as you go through the day, through the operations. You're going to clean at the end of the day as well. Now, most places will choose to just clean at the end of the day. The operators just work and work and work for 8 hours, and at the end of the day they try to sweep up in 1, 2, 3 minutes, and then they're gone. And if there's a shift that follows in behind them, then that shift's not normally happy, and etc., etc., and then that game starts. So you need to be able to get some time into the standards and the operations to allow the operators to clean as they go. It makes the end of shift cleanup that much faster, that much more organized, that much easier on the operator. The other way to make sure this happens is accountability. You're going to have to hold people accountable. Somebody's going to have to be in charge of all of this, and that's going to probably be the lead person or the supervisor of that department of that area. They're going to be responsible for ensuring that every person is doing their part of this 5S program. Everybody. And they're going to hold them accountable. So you're going to set the expectation for them. Here's what you're supposed to do at these times or at whatever frequency. And then now that they know what's expected of them, you can then hold them accountable to make sure that they do it. And people give accountability a bad rap, a bad name, but no, it's just I'm letting you know what's expected of you, and then I expect you to do what's expected of you. Pretty simple, actually. If they don't, then you can sit them down and, like I like to call it, help motivate them a little bit so that they do accomplish what's being asked of them. Alright, but the whole thing is that now you've got places for all your needed tools to go. Just keep them clean and keep the work areas clean. Next step is going to be to standardize it. And standardize just means that everybody's doing everything the exact same way. Now once you're done with this 5S, you just got rid of all the unneeded stuff. You've only got the stuff you need. You got a place for it, and it's looking spotless and shiny and looks like a brand new work cell or a brand new inspection table, whatever the case may be. Brand new piece of equipment. Now you need to make sure that it stays that way, and you need to make sure everyone keeps it that way, the same way. And what I mean is, all the processes have to be done the same. All the procedures have to be followed. There's one procedure now on here's how to maintain this cleanliness of this area. And with new procedures and the new training that goes along with it and the new processes, if you get everybody together and you train it, everyone's going to be doing it the same way. You're going to then standardize that operation, that process, that cleaning, that organizing. If it's new equipment, you're going to also have to train as well to make sure everyone operates the equipment the exact same. You're also going to have to do time studies to ensure exactly how long it takes to perform these 5S operations. And you may have to add some time into some time studies or some standards or your bill of operations, whatever you're doing to capture your labor. Or if you're going to set up a separate labor account just for 5S, you're going to have some time in there. Your time studies will let you know how long it takes to do these cleaning operations and the organizing and the upkeep throughout the day, and at the end of the day, then you can roll those numbers over into those certain accounts. That's more of a management side of it, but you're going to have to allow for some time to make this happen. You can't just operate the 8 straight hours worth of production and then you expect them to squeeze in a minute or two of the cleaning at the end. It's not going to work that way. It has to be standardized. Time studies come in there so everyone knows how long it takes and the best practice to do it. You write up some new procedures on your new processes and your new equipment. Now everyone's doing it the same way. Then you just have to sustain it. And to sustain it, you just have to inspect. Once again, you're going to hold people accountable. So different people can come through the departments at whatever frequency you want. We do it with an operator grading the work cell every week on a Friday for 15 to 20 minutes. They turn in the grade. They put some notes to the side about things that they noticed. Those notes then become our action item list for the next week. And then the work cell leads are responsible for making sure the action items are completed, and then the inspection goes around again. So it's just a constant cycle, but you have to make sure that it happens. You have to make sure somebody's following up and somebody's inspecting and somebody's holding somebody else accountable for it. So the manager will hold the supervisor accountable. Supervisors will hold the line leads or the supervisor or the line supervisors or the work cell leads accountable. Those people will then hold the people in their groups or their cells accountable. Alright? So once this is going good, then you can use the momentum to start another 5S Kaizen. But you have to get to the sustain step. Most companies fail because they do steps 1 through 3. They never standardize and they never sustain. They get an area looking shiny new, they say great job folks, and they move to the next cell and they forget about the whole sustain and standardize part. They just forget about it, and eventually within a month or two things get back to their old habits and they look the old way that they used to. Alright? You got to get all the way through step 5, and then when you do, then you use that momentum and you go start another 5S Kaizen and do the same thing again. And 5S should be done everywhere. It's just like I said, it's a no-brainer. Alright, just make sure everyone's doing their jobs and you hold people accountable. That's what I've been saying. You set the expectations for the jobs and the duties and the responsibilities of the people, and then you hold them accountable and you expect them to do it. At the same time, though, you must recognize people when you see them. Like I say, when you catch them doing something good, recognize them right there. Steve, great job picking up that piece of paper that I saw right there. That did 2 things. 1, you called him by his name, which he'll appreciate, and 2, you were specific in the item that you were recognizing him for. Both of those things together will go a whole lot, really, really far. It'll go a long way. Alright? So recognize people as well. You hold them accountable, but you still got to give them a attaboy and a good job and a thumbs up and recognize them as well. So if you have any more questions, if you want part of the free 5-part e-course that you can get emailed to you right to your inbox, you can go to leanmanufacturingsecrets.com, fill in your name and email address right there. You can get the free course. It gives you 5 different parts of lean manufacturing, gives you a general overview of lean manufacturing, and just will help you with what the philosophy is about and how you might be able to implement part of it within your company. So just visit leanmanufacturingsecrets.com and there's a whole bunch more information there as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you now know a little bit more about 5S, and I'll be talking to you soon.